How's it going, guys? So this is going to be something a little bit new for me here, which is going to be a draft analysis video. Never done one before, never really needed to, but joining a new league in the YCL, there it's required to do, so here I am. I'll do it. Typically haven't done them before because I feel like I wouldn't be very good at it. I know what I want to do with my team. I know what each thing does, but I'm not that good at articulating what I want them to do. So my brain kind of moves faster than my mouth. So yeah, this is gonna be maybe a little bit awkward, but hey, you're gonna stick here with me anyway. So this is actually the second time I'm doing this because the first time I didn't hit record. So if it seems a little bit more condensed, I'm sorry for that. But anyways, so we're starting off with my first pick. In the past two or three draft leagues I've been in, each time I've had a bottom, basically almost wheel pick. In this one, I got 12 out of 12, so I was the wheel pick. And each time I pretty much thought, okay, well, obviously I'm not going to get Dragapult and I'm going to get Urshifu, even though Urshifu went at ninth, which is kind of crazy. But anyways, obviously I'm not going to get anything broken, so I'll set my sights lower, like something that I really want to use. Maybe not broken, but it can easily fall to 12th, 11th if it gets down there. So each time I wanted either Tapu Koko or Tapu Lele. Never used them. Always have wanted to. Want to build a team around them. And in the other leagues, they got sniped both times. And in this one, I thought it was going to happen because Koko got taken at 10th, but Lele did fall to me. So I have Lele. Very good Pokemon. You know, setting up Psychic Surge, hitting like a truck if I'm specs. It's just can set up with Calm Mind, Iron Defense maybe if I'm crazy. You know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, like Lele's pretty self-explanatory. You should know what it does at this point. I don't really need to explain it to you. But so yeah, I had the wheel pick, so I was like, well, what is good against Lele? What could I pair with it that would be good against what it's good or what it's bad against? So obviously steel types, both its stab moves don't hit steel types super effective, or can't hit steel types. They're very good against Lele. And funnily enough, in my division, there's one team that doesn't have a steel type, but the other four ones they have very good defensive steel types. I believe they're Bronzong, Scizor, Celesteela, and Heatran. Which of all those, actually, Scizor is the only one that gets self healing, and it's also the only one that Lele can't hit super effectively. So that's pretty good. Like, um, the rest is going to be either rest or leftovers, so I can definitely exploit that, wear him down a little bit, and maybe get Lele sweeping the rest of the team end game, maybe. But anyways, so yeah, so something that pairs well with steel types, maybe a dark type if they find out I'm choice locked and they're crazy and they go into their dark type on me and I psychic. So obviously something that hits steel and dark, fighting. So could have gotten Blaziken, but I decided to go a little bit lower and get Como. Como, very fun Pokemon. I've had it in another league before, but that league sadly never finished, so I didn't really get to use it that much. But like, it's it's a very fun Pokemon. It can set up in almost any way imaginable. Dragon Dance, Swords Dance, Scale Shot, Belly Drum, Clanger Soul if I wanted to be special or mixed, Throat Spray. And then like Iron Fence Body Press if I really wanted to too. So it's very very unpredictable which set I'm going to be bringing each week. And then I could even like run a Rocks defensive one if I really wanted to. Like it's just that versatile. So yeah, so that's pretty good starting core. I know someone had that team last year, but I'm not quite sure how well they did with it. I don't really remember. I haven't watched the videos, but anyway, so then we get back to my next wheel pick, which is I pick Slowking, which you might think kind of weird, taking two out of my three first, or two out of my three picks are Psychic type at this point, but Slowking, I really like Slowking. I've had it in a bunch of other draft leagues. It's definitely my favorite pivot Pokemon, um, and it's gonna be living pretty much almost any hit that isn't super effective stab on the physical side, pretty much. Like it's just that bulky. And then teleport plus regenerator is just crazy. Like how busted that is. But yeah, so that's definitely gonna be my pivot Pokemon. Just bring it in, take a hit, teleport out into something that can either kill what's in front of me or maybe get momentum on their switch. So yeah, um, not really gonna be using it for its psychic type coverage. I don't think I've ever run a psychic move on Slowking, which I could run Future Sight, but when I'm clicking teleport 95% of the time, what's the point? So yeah, there's that. So then going to my next pick, I'm thinking, well, I have two psychic types. One isn't weak to dark, one is, but they're both weak to ghost. And I have a fighting type which really can't hit ghosts. So I should get a really good dark type here. So I went with Weavile, which had Weavile in another league, it was tied as my kill leader, and it also swept the championship for me in that league. So have a soft spot in my heart for that Pokemon, and definitely going to enjoy using it. Choice banded, swords dance, that type of stuff. Like it's definitely always gonna be an offensive threat for me. I can't imagine I won't bring it any week. Just 'cause it's that good. Ice, dark, two very good offensive typings. Um, yeah, there's not much to say about Weavile. It's just that kind of Pokemon. So then going into my next round of picks, I'm thinking, well, I have Como, I have Weavile, and I don't have a Fairy Resist yet. Like Slowking should be taking most any Fairy move pretty well, but it would still be nice to have a good Fairy Resist. And so I decided on Arcanine. So it's a more of as a defensive pivot than an offensive one, but it can be offensive if I really wanted it to. But I just liked it because it gets Morning Sun, a little bit of healing, and it can teleport out. So it gives me two Rock Weak Pokemon without any removal as of right now, but I'm fine with it because typically I'm not going to be running boots on Weavile, which could be bad, but also at the same time it's like, yeah, I'm fine taking 25% health on switch in if I can be choice banded, I guess. But anyways, yeah, Arcanine, good defensive pivot for me. Intimidate, one of my favorite abilities. Very good. Yeah, taking most any hits that aren't ground, water. Yeah, not really much to say about that either. So yeah, then my next one. The second I got Lele, I figured, well, I want to get Magnezone to pair with it, because obviously what's good against Lele? Steel types. And what does Magnezone have? Magnet Pull. So it can, those steel types that might be pesky for Lele, it can switch into them if it knows it's not going to get hurt by the move it's going for. Like, obviously 4 times your steel, it could be good to switch into one of those moves as they do that on Lele. And then I trap them in with me. Like, it pretty much forces my opponent to run Shed Shell on their steel type, which takes away from the recovery that they could have later. So I think it's very, very good defensive tool, or offensive tool, I guess, to have, just discouraging either steel types from coming, or discouraging them from having recovery, or if they do have recovery on leftovers, then maybe I can just get a big hit off, make it so they can't switch into Lele anymore, at least without dying. So yeah, had Magnezone before. Didn't do too great with it. I picked up halfway through the season. I think it was like 3 and 4 KD, but it definitely, like, it did its job in that league. Like, it didn't get many kills, but it would put stuff down to like 20% health on a Volt Switch or a Flash Cannon. So yeah, I definitely enjoy using it and will enjoy using it here. So my next round of picks, I wanted Crobat originally, but it got taken pretty much right after I took Magnezone, so didn't get Crobat. But I figured, well, at this point I need removal. I don't have any. I have 2 Rock Weak Pokemon, I have Sturdy Pokemon, so I definitely need some sort of removal. So I also, drafting 2 Ground Weak Pokemon in a row, I need a Ground Resist, or Ground Immunity, so I went with Drifblim. It, gets Defog, it gets Baton Pass to get out of there. Strength Sap, gets health back, Um, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought here. Um, yeah, it pretty much does everything Crobat does, but worse, I guess. But yeah, these next couple of picks are not really they they're here for a specific reason. So Drifblim, Defog, maybe it can sweep. Like Unburdened with Terrain's always nice, but it's Drifblim. Like you shouldn't get swept by that thing. Anyways, going to my next one, Sandslash. Good rapid spinner, stealth rocker, spiker. Um, not really. Like it's okay offensively, but it's really slow, and there's a lot of ground resist out there. So can't imagine I'll be bringing this for anything more than just rapid spinning away or setting up hazards. Then I got Haunter, another good ground immunity, and poison type. In the lack of Crobat, I just think it can, like, if someone doesn't have a good ghost resist, doesn't have good poison resist, it can come in and just fire off specs, sludge bombs, shadow balls. It can just be a good offensive Pokemon if I need it to be. Maractus, good spiker, good ground resist. That's about it. Like, it's a Maractus. Shouldn't be doing that much. I just have seen a lot of good people have been using it recently, and I was like, I'll give it a shot. I think it can work. I can make it work. Yeah, and then last one, I had Jigglypuff originally, but I figured, well, with Frostlass, which also, if you guys hadn't known at this point, me and Frostlass are very good friends. Know each other in real life, so um, I call him Matt. If I ever refer to someone as Matt, it's Frostlass. Keep just keep that in mind. But what he did with Jigglypuff last season, it's like it's not gonna catch anyone off guard anymore. Like they'll have Steel Wing on Dragapult or like some way to hit it from Spectre. So I was like, you know what? I want to have Lopunny. I think it's funny to have. I can like Klutz AB trick someone. Like it's probably not gonna come, but I just think it's funny. So yeah, that's should be it for it. Thank you guys for watching, and see you later in the season.